to South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa in Las Vegas for the continuation of the PBA Viper Championship presented by PBA Bowling Challenge. On to the semifinal. Chris Barnes, the higher seed, has indicated that Stuart Williams will open this match.
Oh, you shouldn't have said open this match. That's like putting bad karma on him. You know, it's just like, you should have said starts this match.
Begins.
I can't believe you're betting against Stu. Ooh, see? Almost cost you, Mike J.
Nope, I think Stuart would place credit where credit is due, and that was a poor stroke, 3-pin.
All right, he converts the 3-pin, and honestly, I wasn't real convinced after the first game that Stuart Williams was completely locked into the pocket, guys. I mean, it's 203 with a 4-9 in the 10th. Nothing really jumping out at me that tells me he's super comfortable.
15-time winner, Triple Crown winner, PBA World Champion Chris Barnes, opening shot here in the semifinal. He avoids the 4-9, tripping out the 4.
And no, that's not magic marker that he took to his bowling ball. That's the blue oil dye that's in the lanes. Now watch this hand action at the bottom as he keeps that hand underneath the bowling ball. Excessive amount of forward roll.
There again, you get a good look at the dye in the oil. It's the first time the PBA has ever attempted that, and it makes the playing surface visible. Look at last week's action at the World Series of Bowling 5. Congratulations to Wes Malott, PBA Cheetah champion, and almost throwing a 300 game in the semifinal.
Yeah, 288. He snaps him off and wins his 9th title. Watch this hand again, right at the bottom, right up the back, and right through the nose. Throughout this championship, Chris Barnes bowled a clean game 96% of the time. He's not going to bowl a clean game this time unless he can bounce the 4 out of the pit into the 6-10, and it's not going to happen. The Big Four only made once in the history of bowling on television by none other than
Walter Ray Williams Jr.
There's Chris talking with Bugsy Kelly, his tour rep.
Stu, pocket hit, drops it. Stuart Williams up now in the 3rd frame. Some stats provided by Lane Talk. And one of the interesting stats I like, Randy, is the strike-on-strike percentage, because it shows the tendency to throw a double. And Stuart Williams led all players on all animal patterns with a 68% strike-on-strike statistic.
Wow.
So let's see if he can make that happen here, as he's looking for a strike-on-strike in the 3rd frame. Oh, sails it wide.
Oh well, I got the head spin miss out the game for out the way for this game. Good shot, Steve.
That's 2 fans on the left side.
Frustrates a player when your opponent opens. You have an opportunity to get out to a really quick start and an early lead, and you don't take advantage of it. That's why Stu is disgusted with the last shot.
Talked to Barnes about confidence. And he mentioned, I'm confident, but overconfidence has kicked me in the teeth, and that never lets me rest.
Well, this guy still has a lot of game and has been a great player on this tour for a long time. At age 43, you don't want to take this man lightly. Voted the 26th greatest player in PBA history.
And the lane talk stats show that Barnes is 60% strikes after opens. Third frame. 6-10 on a high hit.
All three of his shots in this match have gone high. Take a look at Chris Barnes' arsenal. Eruption Pro. So not going with the most aggressive. He's got a couple balls he can ball up to. Look out. He was worried about the chop, MJ.
He would know the angle that it's coming in on. We've all, anyone that's thrown a ball knows when, as soon as you release it, when that chance occurs. But premonition aside, it's a clean frame for Barnes. He trails by 16 pins early in the semifinal.
And a ball change. And a Mother May I big step to the left.
Time to jump into the deep end, and Barnes converts it for a strike.
Well, he went to something more aggressive and moved into the center part of the lane and tried to open up a little bit. He's going to move into this part of the lane, and he's going to start circling a bit more. Hit him thin and watch him spin.
Well, that's the mark of somebody that knows they need to do something quickly, and there's no time to wait. Williams plus 16 on a spare, fourth frame. 4-pin.
Still trying to solve the puzzle. A little high. The whiff on the left lane in the third frame was just a bad shot. Remember in the first frame, he went through the nose. And only one strike through 4 frames.
Stuart Williams has won titles in 9 different countries, and he's bowled perfect games in 12 different countries. This man is a world traveler. Puts on a ton of miles as we look at the nice crowd assembled here at South Point. We're in the exhibition center. Specially constructed lanes, and that blue you see is actually dye that's been added to the oil for the very first time, making it visible. Stewart also owns 7 career European Bowling Tour titles.
He won the 2010 Qatar Open, which is the biggest prize on the European Tour.
And a 10-pin.
Well, a lot of manufacturing going on right now, trying to get his ball to get flush into the 1-3 or just to hit the pocket at all. And balls are just pushing too far down the lane before they start reacting.
Williams covers the 10-pin. He leads by 14 pins. And now Barnes, opportunity to go strike on strike.
That one I didn't quite get it right.
Barnes was 63% strike on strike. 3rd overall among our finalists today. High and a 4-pin.
And the Viper oil pattern showing its fangs here through a game and a half. Players struggling to string strikes together and hit the pocket consistently. They need the pattern to break down more so they can move farther towards the center part of the lane, deeper, and then open the lane up. It's just not available yet. That's where all the scoring was. You stayed close fairly early, the lanes broke down, then you jumped way in, and you slow rolled it and opened the lane up.
Linda Barnes looking on. Longtime member of Team USA. As Chris steps up now in the 6th, trailing by 14.
Great shot. Great shot by Chris Barnes. He's looking to get back in this match. He'll need another strike on top of that. But when we come back, can Beef Stew find the line, string some strikes, and take match number 2 to the house?
Viper Championship presented by PBA Bowling Challenge. Semi-final match, and Stuart Williams maintains a 14-pin advantage.
Let's take a little look at the player comparison here before Chris Barnes made the ball change to a more aggressive bowling ball. Notice where Stu Williams is about an arrow deeper than Chris, right around 4th arrow, Chris right around 3rd arrow. Wasn't working out for Barnes, so Barnes makes a ball change, goes to something more aggressive.
A reminder that the PBA League Challenge Time to Strike is coming up following the completion of this match.
Stu uses the full approach, toes the line in the 6th frame. High, 3-6-10.
Oh, that wasn't good.
Just a bad shot. You know, you wait around long enough for a player, they figure it out, and then they bomb you. We saw that last week with Clara Guerrero and Wes Malott. She looked like she had Wes on the ropes. She never doubled. Wes Malott gets up in the 8th, 9th, and 10th frame and strikes out to win.
And an open frame will even the match.
That was awesome. Great ball, Stewie.
Yeah, just one bad shot after another for Stu Williams. He'll be the first one to admit it. Bad shot leaves at 3-6-10, comes back with a whiff on the spare attempt.
Previously in this event, Stuart Williams was 5 for 5 on the 3-6-10 statistics, courtesy of Lane Talk.
Another ball change.
Yeah.
Stewart slugs the 4 out of there after the open frame. Even match. The winner moves on to face Ryan Civinelli in the championship of the PBA Viper Championship. Now Barnes looking to jump on the Williams miscue. Has yet to double here in the semifinal. 7th frame.
Go, go.
Didn't go. Double wood.
You guys did such a good job of breaking this one down.
And Chris referring to the players in practice and how they broke the pair down and beat up the oil pattern, not to his liking. Guys play too deep too early. They don't tend to break down to where they're favorable for high scores. Now shooting the bucket minus the 4-pin.
Get lucky.
Good cover.
Yeah, it was.
He thought it was going to snap a little more on the back end, but it laid off and covers the double wood. So Barnes fails to take advantage in the double situation, and now Williams has the advantage in the even match with the strike up. 55 and 63 chronicled career television record for Barnes.
Yeah, this is one of the toughest spare conversions on the tour because of the back pin. The player has to throw a hook ball in here and somehow drive the ball hard enough to cover the back pin, the 9-pin. I've seen some players shoot this nowadays on the tour, throwing it straight and hard at the 3-9.
Back-to-back tough spare conversions. That's the first time he's left that combination here at the World Series of Bowling.
Well, 2 great spares by Chris Barnes to keep himself within 4 pins of Stu Williams.
One lane through okay, and it went right by it.
Big shot, man. Biggest shot of the week. Come on.
Stuart, you said it better than I could. Neither player has doubled. This is the biggest shot of the week. 8th frame. L on the 2-4-8-10.
Wow. Still give that one a chance.
Just not figuring it out, trying everything he can, and 2-4-8-10. He's going to try to get the ball to hook into this part of the 2-pin, throw the 2 over into the 10, and the ball will take out the 4 and the 8.
Open frame, and now Barnes handed the lead on the bench.
Well, there's still time. Yep, Chris Barnes said, you know what? He didn't strike when he could have increased the lead. Instead, he opened. Now Chris Barnes has the lead, and a little adrenaline rush in the Barnes camp. As you take a look at the lane comparison for Stu Williams, not one lane really overpowering the other.
69% strikes after opens for Williams in the event, and there is a strike in the foundation frame for Stuart Williams. The steely blue eyes of Barnes perked up when given the opportunity. And now he stares down an opportunity here.
Another ball change. Wow, he moved right. Cured it. Barnes moves right and goes with the high hardwood up second arrow. What a gutsy move. But he had to do something. What he was doing wasn't working. He was getting 6 or 7. Look at that, 2 arrows right. It's just great talent, great confidence there.
Chris has asked tournament director Kirk Von Kruger for a fresh deck. And I imagine there's some visualizing happening right now. What's he thinking about?
Depends on how he's going to play this lane. He's going to the ball that hooks on this lane. Remember last time on this lane, he went light, leaving the 2-4-8. Or excuse me, I'm sorry. The last time on this lane, he left the 3-6-9-10. He went high. So he's going to take the same hook ball and probably jump a little bit farther left.
Couple strikes here, and Barnes can shut out Williams. 10th frame. Barnes makes 2 big moves in this match, and now this one results in a double.
He makes 2 great moves, and he makes 2 great shots. You know, it's one thing to make the move and commit to it. It's another to pull it off. Chris just did it brilliantly.
Striking 3 to shut out Williams. Barnes had trailed most of the match. Williams gave him the opportunity. Now Barnes can close the door.
Game, set, match. Barnes needs 3 on his fill shot. I think he could probably manage that. And that's the technician, or the tactician, if you will, of Chris Barnes at its finest. He made 2 great spares in the 7th and 8th frame, calculated his way to the 9th, made a huge change on the right lane, trying it on the left lane. Might see him do that this game in the title match.
Brilliant finish for Barnes, 200. And he will move on to face Ryan Simonelli in our championship match. Coming up next, PBA League Skills Challenge, and it'll soon be time to strike.